Well, hello, welcome guys, welcome new coaches. This is really exciting. Welcome to our team. So this is like a new thing. We've in the past done new coach, one-on-ones, but we wanted to do like a group one and hopefully, just give you guys some like starting basic information. And then also open it up for some Q&A if you have some, because I'm sure as new coaches, there's going to be a lot of questions. There are no stupid questions. I will say though that have been a coach for over 3 years and I still Google a lot of stuff. I definitely bugged my coach Kate a lot in the beginning, but at the same time I was working and hitting Success Club. So I was a working coach, but like learning as I went, and like you have to that's just how you're going to learn. So, but this is like a really great opportunity for you guys to ask questions at the end. So I'm going to just do a screen share and show you guys what we share at the beginning of every call. But it's even more important because you guys are the new coaches. So I'm going to do that. And okay, can you guys see my welcome new coach thing? Okay, cool. So I'll just go over this briefly. I apologize if you were on the last call because you just already heard all this information, but it's like, we're just going to say it over and over and over again because it's like basically the essence of getting started, but also just your job as a coach. So welcome new coaches. Your first thing on the list is make sure that you start a Beachbody challenge. So, your coach probably invited you into some type of program, or maybe you just are picking one on your own. Just make sure that you are following it, as it's intended, like with the schedule, with the meal plan if possible, and that you are a product of the product. That is like the most important thing. You want to be making sure that you're drinking Shakeology or the Performance line, and that you're doing a challenge so you have something to share about. I haven't done every single challenge, but I have done enough of them to be able to like speak confidently about the programs or give information of one of my colleague coaches has done. The second thing is to make sure that you complete your first 30 actions under the trainings tab in your COO, which is just Coach Online Office. So you're also you probably got an email from your sponsor coach. That's just your upline coach. So you want to make sure that you have looked over those first 30, there's first 30 hours, first 30 days, I don't know, whatever. There's like 3 things under there. You want to make sure that you've gone over all those and that you have completed your new coach email if you got one from your sponsor coach. Your next main goal here is to help 3 people with challenge packs. So that's going to get you to Success Club. We'll go over more about how you can get points for Success Club, but I say challenge packs because they are going to give you 2 points and they're going to give people the best deal. Like it is the best deal. They're going to get the workouts, they're going to get Shakeology. So we're going to talk about some other ways that you can get points, but your goal is to get Success Club 6 or higher, Success Club 5 or higher, which is just by helping 3 people a month. You want to make sure that this is a non-negotiable for your first 3 months, because that's going to earn you your free ticket to Coach Summit, which is every summer and usually in June or July. And this year it's happening in June in Indianapolis. So you can buy a ticket, but this is a cool way to earn your ticket for next year, right? Because at this point, it'd be next year. And you want to make sure that you're practicing your 4 vitals daily, no matter what life is going to happen to you. But the successful coaches show up and do their 4 vitals every single day. Like if you talk to any successful coach, like whatever's happening in their life, they make it a priority, but in turn, their lives are more rich and better because they're taking care of themselves. So I can just say, like, even through like a marriage and a divorce, I practice my 4 vitals and I am further along in my business than I was when I started. So it's really, really important. And those 4 vitals are to invite, which is connecting and sharing, inviting, making sure people know they can join whatever it is that you are inviting them to. So we're going to get into that a little bit more. Be proof the product works. So be the product, make sure that you are like the first one doing a Beachbody challenge. Personal development, making sure that you are taking care of yourself mentally as well, recharging yourself. It's very, very important since our job is so about being like the better person and being giving, and you just really need to be like refilling your cup. And then recognition or recognize. So that's recognizing your teammates, your challenge group, just people in your life, and showing passing on those good vibes to other people. And then last but not least, you want to get to Emerald as soon as possible and then help your coaches do the same. This business is duplication. So it doesn't stop when you just are Emerald. And we're going to go over that too. It's like the first thing we're talking about today. So, but yeah, welcome.
Okay, so let's talk about what it means to be an Emerald coach and why it's important. So, this business, like Amber says, is all about duplication. And it's really important that you guys get started strong. So, these are things that we're talking about tonight that we want you to put into practice right away. So, literally, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to get to Emerald in 5 minutes. But first, let me explain what it is and why it's important. So, Emerald means you have officially opened your business. So, there are different ranks in this business. We all start out at the same place, which is coach rank. And once you start building your team, your rank grows. So when you Emerald is your first promotion that you can give yourself, and it's really exciting because it's when your business is officially open. And that means you've personally sponsored two coaches, one on your right leg and one on your left leg. And there are trainings on that. Honestly, it's not something you need to stress about. Your online office will automatically assign your first coach to your right and your first coach to your left. You can set preferred placement, but that's a whole different training that we can go over later. But all you have to worry about is to be an active Emerald coach, you need to be active yourself, meaning you at least have to be on 50, or actually it's 90 PV for Emerald, which is your Shakeology. You can also do multiple things on Home Direct, like the beach bars, multiple boxes, or the performance line or Shakeology supplements. But you have to have at least 90 PV on Home Direct. That's really important. And you have to be a club member, which is just your Beachbody On Demand membership, and personally sponsored 2 active coaches. So again, they have to have at least, for a coach to just be coach rank, it has to be at least 50 PV. But honestly, you just want to get your challengers started with challenge packs because, again, it's the most cost-efficient way and it covers their PV. Why Emerald is important is because once you are an Emerald coach, you start earning what we call team cycle bonuses. And long term, like, you guys have to realize right now, this is not a get rich quick thing. This business, to build a residual income, it's a long-term business. And the faster you grow your team, the faster your residual income will grow with this, which is an exciting thing. And it's something to never feel bad about when you're offering someone this coaching opportunity, because you never know how it's going to change their entire life. And I'll get into that more in a second when I'm talking about inviting people. But I just want you guys to say, like, never feel bad, never feel weird, never feel sketchy or scammy, because, like, with Shakeology and the supplements, we have the ultimate, like, solution for health. And with 2B Mindset, with the fitness programs, we have the ultimate, like, solution for fitness. With the coaching opportunity, we have the ultimate financial solution. So people can pay off their student loans, so people can fire their boss, so people can make a 6-figure income or be a millionaire. Like, you guys, the sky is, like, limitless, but you have to realize you cannot feel bad. And the biggest thing that I see coaches do is wait to recruit, because they think in order to talk about the team, to talk about coaching, they have to have a team. Well, if you don't talk about it, it's never going to happen. And so you want to get coaches as soon as possible. So you start earning team cycle bonuses, and you can literally Google, like, we want you guys to be self-sufficient. So after this, like, just Google team cycle bonuses. We'll post it in the training event. But basically that's how you'll earn your residual income with your business. And then when you are hitting Success Club, which means you're helping at least 3 people get started with challenge packs or Shakeology Home Direct, you earn customer leads as an Emerald coach. So you get free leads. These are people who have maybe signed up for Shakeology in the past. Maybe they ordered BOD. Maybe they just signed up for a free account because they have a program, and they get automatically assigned to you. So Beachbody is giving you free customers for hitting Success Club and being an Emerald coach. But if you hit Success Club 10 and you're an Emerald coach, you earn paid leads. And this is really what everybody should push for every month, is at least helping 5 people get started a month, because this will grow your business faster. And as an Emerald coach, you get those paid leads. So this is free money that Beachbody is giving you. People who are already on the performance line, already on Shakeology, maybe they're on the beach bars, but you get free money for helping people, and you get to help these people as well. So those are the benefits of Emerald. And how to get there in 5 minutes. You all know 2 people. Before you think too in depth about it, before you overcomplicate it, you all know 2 people. How I got to Emerald, and it's a decision, it's a mindset. I got to Emerald by signing up my boyfriend, Dylan. He is very proud that he is an Emerald coach now himself. But he has never logged on to his coach online office. He has no idea how, like, just so you know, but he is a coach under me, and it is beneficial for you to sign up a significant other, a spouse, a mom, a dad. There is a rule and I want to cover it really quick. It's called the U+2 rule. So you can sign up your mom, your dad, or your significant other or a child under your card. It has to be a separate email address. You can sign them up as a coach or a challenger, buy something under their name. If they are a parent or a kid or your significant other, if you live with them, you can sign them up as a coach or challenger with your credit card. It's called the U+2 rule. There is a consent form that you can fill out, but that is one way to get you to Emerald, is to sign up a spouse, a family member. I have my mom signed up as a coach. I have Dylan signed up as a coach. I've had my sister signed up as a coach before. My brother signed up as a coach. Honestly, like, it's just very beneficial to have an account that you can control long-term for your business, and it also helps your income. So I strongly suggest that you sign up a significant other or family member. And then you could sign up too. You could sign up your mom on one leg, and you can sign up your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whoever on the upper leg. But what I did is I reached out to one of my friends who I knew was on their health and fitness journey. And I said, hey, I'm doing this awesome thing that I'm committing to this program and this supplement for my nutrition and my cravings. And we worked at a bake shop together. So I was like, this is going to really help us stay on track with Shakeology. And she was interested in what I was doing anyway. So I signed her up as a discount coach underneath me. She, again, had no desire to work the business, but she was interested in a discount on Shakeology, and she wanted to support me. And you all know, like, your friends want to support you if they're good people in your life. Like, hopefully you have people in your life who want to support you. And that is an easy way to get people started. Be like, hey, I need accountability. Do this with me. This is the best way to do it, because you receive a 25% discount on all your products, is to sign somebody up as a discount coach and also sign up a spouse. So that is how you can get to Emerald within 5 minutes, and why you should.
Just laughing at you, your thumbs up. It's like we're directing aircraft. We're like, nope, ready. Okay, I'm going to talk about Success Club and how to hit Success Club. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is FAQ 7399. If any of this information that I give you, if like you forget it or whatever, you can't write it down as fast, you can always FAQ it. So that's FAQ 7399. And I wanted to get the specific information from there, so that way you know your options on how to hit Success Club. So how to hit Success Club is having personal volume worth 90 PV or higher. And what your personal volume is having your orders, like the things that you are ordering through Beachbody. So that will be like your Shakeology, that could be your Energize, things like that you are getting on Home Direct every single month. So 90 PV or higher. And if you don't know this, when you are signed in as a coach and you're going through the shop area, it will have the price of it, and then below it, it will have the PV. So that's how you can kind of like go through and see, let's say you don't want Shakeology, let's say you have a ton of Shakeology or whatever, and you want to get maybe some Energize the next month, you can look and make sure that you are ordering enough Energize to keep your 90 PV or higher. And then the second, so you have to have 90 PV or higher, and then earn at least 5 Success Club points a month. That is how you're going to be qualified in Success Club. So if you don't have your personal volume, you won't be qualified. And if you have your personal volume and you don't have your Success Club's points, you won't be qualified. So make sure that you have both. What is Success Club? Success Club is Beachbody's way to kind of tally your progress and your what you are helping your customers get. I would say sales, but we're always talking about how it's sharing and stuff. It's not necessarily sales, but if you are going to get logistic about it, it is your sales basically in your back office. So that is how you are going to basically measure how many people a month you are helping, which is Success Club. And you're going to see it come across as SC all the time. And since you're our new coaches, I'll just let you know that is Success Club. Because I remember when I first started as a coach, I was like, what the heck is SC? What is COO? What is PV? Like, there were just all these little things that I had no idea. So there you go. I'm sure you figured it out by now, but it took me a while. 2 Success Club points. The way you can get 2 Success Club points is by signing up a challenger or a customer. And that is, you'll get 2 Success Club points for new Home Direct products or challenge packs with 90 PV. So if they have a Home Direct product that is worth 90 PV, you'll get 2 Success Club points for that, or a challenge pack. So something that, and this is something that I forget a lot as well, is always thinking, I have to have a challenge pack in order to get Success Club points, but there are other ways that you can get Success Club points, which is where I think the FAQ comes in handy, because if you ever forget, you can think about that as well. Because I've come into situations where people already have the sliders and bands, or they already have the portion control containers and they don't need a challenge pack, but there are still ways where you can get those Success Club points. So that is how you get 2 points. It's the same thing if you sign up a coach. So if you do sign up a coach with a challenge pack, you will get 2 Success Club points for that, as long as it has been ordered within the first 31 days of them being a coach. 1 Success Club point is new, oh my gosh, I don't even know what that says. It looks like it says Hipple. 1 Success Club point, for multiple HD products totaling 90 PV. So they can order Energize, they can order the Energize packets, they can order the Power Greens or something, whatever comes up as 90 PV, multiple orders, that can get 1 Success Club point. And then the same thing as if you sign up a coach and they don't get a challenge pack and they get multiple orders that equal 90 PV within their first 31 days, then you will get a Success Club point for that as well. So the importance of Success Club, I'm just going to share about this really quick. Yes, it measures how successful you are in your business and how many people you're helping, because it's not just about a challenge pack. That's what I just explained. There are other ways that you can help people get started with programs, products, things like that. But it also is a great incentive for you in your business, so you know that you are moving forward. It's a great goal to have. We also, Beachbody, I say we, like Beachbody, also has great ways for you to earn fun things. Like we just, Amber, yeah, Jess is on the call, Kate and I, let's see, no one else went on yet. We just went on a Success Club trip to Mexico, and we earned that through Success Club. So we hit Success Club every month, and Jess I brought as a guest, but Jess is a new coach and she has been like killing it and hitting Success Club every month anyways, but we earned it through Success Club, basically is what I want to say. And it doesn't matter, there were coaches that were also on the Success Club trip that might have missed a month, but they still really killed it in 2017 and hit a bunch of Success Club points and still did their best and came off the wait list for Success Club and going to Mexico. So our trip was literally all inclusive. We did not pay for anything. I spent $40, and that was to tip people that were there. Everything was all included. All I paid for was $400 plane ticket round trip to Mexico. And I earned that through hitting Success Club, which is a direct reflection of helping people. So Beachbody's main goal with Success Club is just to make sure that we all are helping people. And this is their way to condense it and measure how many people we're helping, and then in return reward you. There are also other incentives, like if you go to Summit, which I hope you all are or considering, it's a couple months away, they will give you parties. They'll give you Success Club parties and stuff, and you'll have a VIP ticket to get into certain parties for that. They also recognize you. You get special seating when you do go to Summit. Like there's just so many amazing ways that Beachbody does recognize their Success Club earners. So this is something that's like really huge and exciting. And I'm going to stop talking now because I was talking for a while. Okay, bye.
All right. I just want to reiterate really quick, because there's like a lot of information going on, and so you guys can like rewatch this or look at the FAQs or just ask your upline coach. But basically, like when you're an Emerald coach, like when Kate was talking about, like, these extra customers that you get, you guys, it's just like free money. It's like free people that need help. And I've been able to meet through these customer leads that were just given to me because I was an Emerald coach and helping a minimum of 5 people a month. I was able to get free leads that have in turn become coaches that are now my real life friends. And like, I always tell the story about my coach, Hannah, who lives in Atlanta, who was just a customer lead to me. And now she's a coach and she's one of my Emerald coaches. And I get to, this will be the 3rd summit that I'll spend with her. So it's like, you just never know who you're going to meet through this. And like, that was just because I was doing the bare minimum of my job. And if you just look at this, like I think it's different because we're like self-employed and we're telling you like, hey, this is what we did and we're your mentors and this is what you should do and this is like suggested. But if you had a job that you clocked into and they were like, this is what you do, you would do it because that's your job, right? And so like when we tell you, when we're talking about getting to Emerald and hitting Success Club, that is the job of being a coach. And if you're showing up every single day and really doing your 4 vitals, and it doesn't have to take a huge amount of time. I mean, I built this business part-time for 3 years on the side of working a full-time job. If you want it, you will find the time, and it can literally be 30 minutes to an hour a day to build a residual full-time side job or full-time job, whatever you want it to be. And so like, if you're sitting here thinking like, this is cool, but I don't have time, like you have to stop thinking that way because you do have time and anyone can do this. So I'm just going to get back onto my topic here, but I get all riled up because like there's so much potential here for you guys that are new. Okay. So how to get started on social media. Okay. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So I think so when I first started, I had, 300 followers on Instagram. A normal amount of friends on Facebook, like 500, I don't know. And they were just like my friends, my family, people from high school, and some of my clients, because I was a hairstylist for almost 10 years. So, but I don't even know if I was public. I don't know. But like, I never shared anything about health or fitness. And some people take the approach of starting a whole new Instagram because they want to be like, they're afraid of what their current friends are going to think about them or something. So they think they should start this other thing. And you can do whatever you want, but I will say that you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you have to start all over, and you're thinking like, I'm a fitness person. So then you don't want to just look like everyone else's like Instagram. You don't want to just be like selfies with you and your Shakeology and working out. Like that's inspiring, but I recommend that you just weave it into your life. That's what I recommend doing, because that's what I did, and it was very successful for me because I was able to tap into my existing market. Personal development was very important because there were some people along the way that wanted to like give me shit about it. But at the same time, I knew that I had a bigger vision and I was helping people and I was seeing results. Like my weight was coming off and I was feeling really good. So I really recommend that you just start with where you're at, and you don't have to have a huge transformation. You literally can do a workout and afterwards take a picture and be like, that workout kicked my ass. I didn't want to do it, but I knew the girls in my challenge group were going to be doing it and I wanted to like check in with them later. You can like say things like that without having to directly invite, and just drop, like they call it breadcrumbing, or just sharing your story. I try to make sure that almost every single post has a story behind it. Like, that I'm either a coach or I'm into health or fitness. But I have other things about me. We have branding exercises. Like we have coach training that you guys can do. This call is not, I could go on and on about all that stuff because you want to find out what your brand is and like what you're sharing, but essentially that is you. But I really suggest that you start where you're at, create posts. Don't overthink it. Like you don't have to like know everything. Just create some kind of like interest in what you're doing. And like by stories are new and they're a really great way to connect with people because they are great practice for speaking. Like they're going to delete anyways, unless you save them into a highlight. And the more vulnerable and like real you are behind the scenes, the more people are going to connect with you. And what I recommend is like, if you aim for 10 stories a day, just make 3 or 4 of them about like a healthy meal that you chose to eat that day. Maybe you're making your Shakeology and showing what you put in it. Maybe it's showing your workout or, some workout moves, or maybe if you're not comfortable doing that yet, it's like afterwards, you don't have to show your body. You don't have to do anything that you're uncomfortable with. But I will say the more vulnerable you get and the more you practice, the easier the stuff gets. I could say like the first time I shared a transformation photo, I wanted to die. And now I'm like, whatever. So, like that might change for you and it might not. Like it's up to you to share like what you want, but you have to be sharing something and you have to make it clear that people can join you. And so start with your stories, but I do recommend that you also are inviting, if people are going to like and comment on your posts or engage with you in any way on your story, even if they're just like, you go girl, that is an invitation from them to like invite them to what you're doing. And that's when you need to make sure like your upline coach should have a challenge group that they're starting every month that you can invite to. And if they don't, then pick one, but give yourself 2 or 3 weeks so you can invite to it, and use your social media stories. Anyone liking or commenting is a way of them showing you support, and you're allowed to ask them to join you. I promise the worst thing that can happen is they might say no, but no is not right now. No could be like later. And that's what I never take it personally, because I just know that they're not ready right now, and I'm going to be consistent and keep showing up. So when they're ready, they know where to find me. And that has been very, very helpful for me. I don't focus on each person. Like, of course I invite them and I want them to join me, but I'm not sitting there like waiting, because I don't have time for that. I got to keep moving on and talking to the people that want to work with me, but then being kind and letting them know that they can come back to me. So that's like, how to get started today is to just, don't stress about the outcome. Just share where you're at today, share what workout you're doing today, share something cool that happened in your challenge group, share a non-scale victory. Like, we have so much to talk about. If you're doing your workouts and checking in with your group, the like list of things that's happening to you in your life and your body and your mind and your friend group is like, it's like limitless. There's so much you could talk about. So, you don't have to be exciting. You don't have to you don't have to have a crazy backstory. You're literally just sharing where you are right now. All that backstory stuff can come out later if you want it to, because that can be more of like who you are and how you're going to find like your tribe. But initially, don't overthink all that stuff. You just want to be sharing what you're doing right now, because I know all of you are all doing something with Beachbody. You're all doing a workout program or going to get started with one. And so, just don't wait. Don't feel like you have to wait until you get to a certain point to share. You want to share like now.
And I love that. And actually, so Carl last night there was a special Set Your Soul on Fire call with Carl, and I saw the recording, so I will share it in the team page after. And so Kel and Amber can share it in your guys' team pages too. But he actually said, like, for stories, like, that is where everybody is seeing a lot of success. So if you're not on Instagram stories, it is something that you need to be good at. But I wanted to share on this because he had like a specific formula that he heard from top coaches that was working really well for them. So it was sharing about your superfoods every day. And again, don't just say, like, we talked about this a little bit, but brand things to fit yourself. Like, Beachbody spends hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on marketing. It is not your job to market the products. It is your job to market yourself. So when you're talking about your Shakeology superfoods, I can say that. When you're talking about the programs, brand it, be like, I'm doing this abs and booty program. If you're doing 80 day obsession, don't say 80 day obsession. If you're talking about your superfoods, say superfoods. Don't necessarily say Shakeology, because what's going to happen is if you just keep saying 21 day fix, 80 day obsession, Shakeology, what are people going to do? They're going to go to the website, buy it through the website, end up under another coach, or they're going to go to freaking Amazon, because if they're anything like me, I order everything off Amazon. And honestly, I do this too. I will watch people's stories and I'll be like, where did they get that? Can I figure out where I can get that where I don't have to ask them? So it is your job to create curiosity. So tying this back in, so talking about your shake on your stories or your superfoods, talking about your nutrition at least once. So your shake every day, showing people that you're drinking it because it's 80% of your results, showing something about your nutrition. And then specifically, he said, like, showing video clips of your workouts and doing like 3 moves and like showing people what you're doing. There is something to that. People like seeing what you're doing. I don't care if you have a ton of weight to lose, you can show modifications, but like, people like to see that. And then sharing something about you. Again, like Amber said, only a few of these things have to be about Beachbody. Like, you do need to show people who you are as a person. That's how people are going to connect with you. If you follow me on Instagram stories, you probably see a lot of my cats, and I'm a crazy cat lady, and I actually attract a lot of cat ladies. And then using your stories to invite, and talking on your stories to invite to your upcoming challenge group. So that was Carl's like thing for success. What I wanted to touch on really, really quick, because you guys are going to get so many amazing trainings. We have this call. We have the weekly team calls that we just got off of. There's a National Wake Up Call. There's a Set Your Soul on Fire call. There are so many trainings. You could literally Google trainings on YouTube. But none of these trainings mean jack shit if you do not get into action. This is an action-based business. And the amazing thing about what we do and what we have here is you do not have to know everything to start. All you have to do is be passionate, be excited, show people what you're doing, and be plugging into your workouts and plugging into these 4 vital behaviors that we keep talking about, and inviting. That is all you have to know. So please do not put yourself in like an information overload or overwhelm yourself, because if you start saying you're overwhelmed, that is a state that you are putting yourself in. You need to choose to pull your head out of your ass and take yourself out of it and say, that is not the state that I'm going to live in. I'm just going to focus on these 4 vital behaviors that are super simple, because two of which you're literally just doing it for yourself. You're doing your workouts, you're drinking this shake, you're following this meal plan. That's literally what you're doing for yourself anyways. Personal development and just makes you feel good. Inviting and recognition, like those are the 4 vital behaviors. So if you just stick to those 4 things and getting into action and not waiting, waiting and overthinking is the death of this business. You will be so pissed off at yourself if you wait 6 months from now and you see other people being successful, or say I started at the same time Jessica started, and she officially really started working her business in January. So I'm going to say I signed up in January at the same time, and I didn't do anything. And actually, this is probably pretty accurate because I signed up at the same time of the year that Jessica did. However, mine was 4.5 years ago first when she signed up at the beginning of last year. But I didn't really do anything my first few months of the business. And I say this because I do not want you to do what I did. I used my work as an excuse because I got a new job and I was focusing on that. And I didn't make it a priority, and I wasn't taking my business seriously. And it had to be like Amy saying, you need to pull your head out of your ass. Nobody will take your business seriously and treat it like a business if you don't treat it like a business. So instead of thinking about how you invested $180 or $160 into this business, think about it as a 6-figure, multi-million-dollar business, because you will show up a hell of a lot harder and be more present if you think about it that way. But going back into comparison, which I don't want you guys to do, but just for this. So say I signed up at the same time Jess did, and Jess is diamond, and she's just been working her business for 3 months, and I haven't done anything. I'm going to be like, man, I wish I just did the basics. I wish I just got started. Do not think yourself into inaction. Stop caring what other people think, because nobody else pays your bills. You have to show up. This is your life, your business. Nobody can take that away from you. The only person who can determine your success in this business is you. And that is fully based on what you put into it. That is what I love, because I worked jobs where I had hours taken away from me. I had paid vacation taken away from me while I was on vacation. Guess what? With this, nobody can take this away from me. If I want to make more money with this, I help more people. I send more invites. I post more. I show up more. I follow up more. That is what you guys have here. So go into this remembering that none of this matters. None of these calls matter. None of these trainings matter unless you start getting into action. That's what I want to say. Tough love.
All right, I think this is our last topic, but I'm going to talk about the 4 vitals, which you guys have already heard on a little bit. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. It's not going to be too in-depth though, because it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty basic what the 4 vitals are, but you're going to hear a lot about the 4 vitals in this business. You're going to hear it from Carl. You're going to hear it on the National Wake Up Call. You're going to hear it on the Set Your Soul on Fire call. You're going to hear it on Kate's call. Well, actually, we all have our call now, and we just did it. Anyway, you're going to hear it on our team call. So 4 vitals are really important, and basically this is phase 1. This is you doing the very simple things to move your business forward, and at the very least, you're making yourself a better person by doing these 4 vital behaviors, and I'm going to explain why. So the first one is going to be being a product of the product, and I think this is the most important one, because you can't fill from an empty cup, or you can't, what is it? You can't, did I say it right? You can't
pour from
an
empty cup.
That's what it is. Thanks. I was like, wait, it's, okay, I screw everything up. So you can't pour from an empty cup, and even though I screwed it up, that is absolutely true. If you are running around like crazy, you're not getting the results, you're not using any of the products, people are going to look at you like they look at a lot of other companies, and they're going to think you're being super weird and scammy, and they're going to think that you're, why should I do what she's doing? She's not getting any results, things like that. So that is why being a product of the product is so important. So this is the most selfish but gratifying way to go about being a product of the product. You guys are chatting and I'm getting sidetracked right now. Can you not? So, the selfish part of it is like, you are going to feel good. Like, you are going to feel good about yourself. These programs work. We have thousands of millions, I'm sure. I don't know about millions, but we have tons of transformation pictures for you to look at on Beachbody's website, in our team pages. Like, it works. Okay. If you do the programs, meaning even if you do it like 80% or like 50%, you're going to see something. You're going to see something with the fitness. You're going to see something with Shakeology, because it heals you from the inside out. Like, there are so many ways that you can see a transformation with Beachbody, and it doesn't have to be crazy transformation, but it's going to make you feel good, if anything. So you can use that as your own advantage to kind of light you up from the inside and get you excited. So being a product of the product is the most important part. Then I mean, it's called invites, the second one, but I like to change it to connecting. Invites is the second vital behavior, and it is basically connecting. So this is on your Instagram. This is on your Instagram stories. This is through emailing. This is through DMs. This is through Facebook Messenger. Like, any way that you can connect with people on social media is the next vital behavior. And this is where you have this opportunity to kind of pour your heart out to people, and not in like a way where I'm going to tell you everything about myself, but this is a way for you to share a really inspirational post. This is a way for you to show up and say, I didn't want to do my workout today, but I'm going to do it anyways. That is what I feel like connections are, and a more, I guess, like personal but also like direct way is to send out invites. And that could be someone liking your post. That could be someone dropping an emoji and saying that they want more information on your challenge group. And then you go into your DMs, your Facebook Messenger, or your emails, whatever you decide to do. And that is where you will send out that invite. I highly suggest with your invites that before you say, hey, join my challenge group, you have at least like 3 back and forth messages within each other, talking about goals, talking about who that person is, talking about, how maybe this program has changed you or helped you in some way. What I like to do is I always like to talk to the old person that I was, whether that be with my Instagram stories, my Instagram posts, my Facebook posts, or my messages, is that I always try to come back to, well, what did I need to hear, or what did I need to know before I started this journey so I could actually help someone? Because, that's basically the root of what we're trying to do, is help people. So it's always nice to, yes, of course, it's great to talk about, Forever 21 athletic wear in your DMs, but make sure you're kind of bringing it back to how you can actually help them. So that's something that I do. I do have connections with people that I've been talking to for a long time, and I will just like slide on into their DMs through like an Instagram story that they had, and then eventually talk and be like, hey, how are those goals going? So that's kind of into follow-ups, and we can talk about that another time because that's not the basics. But so connecting, Instagram, that could be through Instagram, that could be through a direct invite, that can be through your emails. All of that is basically, I think, under the wide umbrella of connections and just making sure that you're talking to people. So that's the second one. Third one is going to be personal development. And there are 2 types of personal development. There is your business development, and then there's also your like more spiritual, like woo-woo development. And I would highly suggest to kind of go back and forth. If it was up to me, I would just listen to Gabby B all day long and just listen to all the fun stuff about, lighting up my world and being an aspiring beam of light and all that stuff. But the reality is, like, I don't know much about business. So we have to have trainings like, from the Diamond Dash groups, or trainings that Amy puts together on strategy, or Amber or Kate puts together on strategy, and things like that as personal development, to make sure that you are developing all areas. Because like Kate was saying, this, you can think of this as $180 investment, or you can think of it as a 6-figure business. So if you are wanting to think of it as a 6-figure business, then you might need to pick up a book about running a business, and myself included. Like, I have to do that as well. It's, sometimes it's dry, but I'm sure you can just like ask someone out there in our community about a good book that might not be that dry. Like Eat That Frog is not super dry. It is kind of business oriented. It's about not procrastinating, things like that. And then the other side of personal development, which is more spiritual, would be like Gabrielle Bernstein or Brene Brown or something like that. So personal development is a vital behavior, which is pretty cool because that's you bettering yourself as a person. So whether you want to do this part-time or full-time, let's say you're going to college for something else, like personal development can change you as a person and help you in a lot of other areas of your life. In my team, really quick, we had a little exercise that we did, and you're probably going to see it, how coaching has changed your life. And one of my coaches, she actually mentioned that coaching has changed her life because she's more driven in her work at school. So she just feels more like she's more on top of it. She's actually producing better content and her grades are up and stuff by being a coach. And I thought that was really incredible because you don't hear that often, but I feel like a lot of areas of coaching can enhance other parts of your life. And then the last one is recognition. And this one is really fun. This one is where you can get super creative on Canva, or you can literally just drop some love on someone's transformation post in your challenge group page. This recognition is really cool because this gives you a chance to connect with your team. This gives you a chance to shout people out. So you all are coaches, you will have challenge groups, you will have your own challengers. You know, if you don't have a ton of coaches at first, or maybe you don't have a lot of rank advancements or Success Club points to shout out, you can shout out in other ways. You can shout out maybe someone that just saw really good results with their first challenge group, or you can shout people out in many other ways other than just like Success Club or rank advancements. There's a ton of ways that you can shout people out. Maybe someone helped you run a challenge group, like you can do recognition that way as well. And yes, Kate, like Kate was saying, you can recognize yourself. So it's a lot of fun. And, you know, just because someone else shouted someone else or recognized someone, if you feel like maybe it's your success partner that your upline coach had shouted out or recognized, you can also make your own flyer and do recognition as well. You know, maybe start a thread and talk about Thankful Thursday, like let's tag each other and see who or tag who we find is inspiring and lift them up. So recognition is a fun part of the community that we get to kind of just tie it all in together and just basically pat each other on the back. And one thing I will say with recognition is in a lot of other jobs that I've been in or careers or anything like that, I've never had the recognition that I've had with Beachbody. And I'm not going to talk about Mexico all the time, but I'm going to talk about it again. So we were all just like hanging out on the beach. Sorry to rub it in your face, but we were all hanging out on the beach, and we were literally like hyping each other up. We were talking about our businesses. We were like, look at your butt, you look so great. Or, you know, like we just were each other's hype women. And it was so awesome to like feel because of the fourth vital behavior. Like we are just conditioned, not in like a cult like way because we want to do this recognition, but we're just like conditioned now to be kind to each other and basically just like raise each other's strengths and let everyone know that like you have a valuable spot on this team, whether you're hitting Success Club 100 or you just have a nice ass from 80 Day Obsession. You know, like a recognition is recognition. So that's all I have to say. Does anyone have any questions? I think we're done with topics now.
I wanted to add in like two little things with the vital behaviors really quick. So one thing that I love about recognition too, and you have to think about it this way and why it's a vital behavior, is because not only is it your job to make other people feel good, which like Kel said, most jobs you don't. You get told really well like what you're doing wrong, or if you're doing the bare minimum, you're told to do more. But literally Beachbody rewards you with these trips for doing the bare minimum. But also it builds trust. So with your social media and with what we're doing, you're either building trust or you're not. And specifically for invites, if you are sending out invites, but you're not sharing on your social media, you're not building that trust. And so your social media is your storefront. And you have to think about it that way. When you are inviting people, when you're sharing what you're doing, it has to be cohesive. So with your recognition, when you're shouting at other people, other transformations from the team, other challengers, like that is building trust. That is showing the community. That is showing what we have to offer. And that's getting other people excited and showing them what's possible and what they're capable of. So that's why I love recognition. And so I do invite slightly differently. I think there's two ways to invite. I think there's soft invites via posts and like via stories, and that's like talking about it. But I honestly don't consider an invite until you send a message. And I just wanted to say that. And for me, honestly, unless I know someone, I don't spend a ton of time forming them anymore. I start, if I see them post about wanting to lose weight or wanting to get healthy, or if I see them liking or commenting my posts, like that is an excuse to invite them. And I just send them that message. Sorry, Dylan's calling me. Dylan, go away. But like, that is how I invite. And that's, I personally, like, I get to know people more after, and I do make conversations, and I do like on people's pages, and I get to know them. But really for me, like sending the invite, and that vital behavior is sending at least like 3 to 5 at least, and that's bare minimum, new invite messages a day, inviting them to either join coaching or the challenge group. So I just wanted to put that out there really quick, because I think sometimes as coaches, like we get stuck in the soft inviting, and you'll learn how to brand yourself and you'll learn attraction marketing and those things. But as a new coach, you really have to focus on not just making those connections, but getting to that invite. Because I see a lot of people say that they're inviting, but they're connecting, and they're not bridging that gap between the connection and that invite. So don't get stuck there. Make sure that you're sending out those invites every day, and you'll learn how to build your social media, and you'll learn how to do attraction marketing and more about soft inviting and how it works long term. But especially in the beginning, you guys have to focus on those hard invites. I saw questions. I muted myself when I was talking. So to answer the question, like, so it is confusing because it's 50 PV to be an active Emerald coach. However, to hit Success Club, it's 90 PV. So just shoot for 90 PV. Just stay on your home direct. It makes your life way easier if you just stay on Shakeology, because it's a backbone to this business anyways. So just think about it that way. Especially because you want those leads. How depressing would it be if you didn't get your customer leads because you were an Emerald coach, but you had 50 PV and not 90 PV? I'd be peeved.
Yeah, sorry that I like contributed to confusion on that, because I feel like she made it clear that it was 90, and I was like, yeah.
I just say it's 90 because of the Success Club thing.
Because the Success Club, yeah, I just spaced on that fact.
Anybody else have any other questions or anything that they need covered? I feel like this was a really good call. Did you guys enjoy this? Yes? Yeah?
Yeah.
I see some thumbs up, some awkward. I don't know why I do that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I was just curious about a little bit more about adding your significant other and like your parent. Like for me, my boyfriend's super supportive, so he's like all for it. Like he wants me out of my job, all of the 9 yards. And he's like a health and fitness freak as well. He's a personal trainer, and so he's all for it. So like, how does, like, would they have to pay the fee? Like obviously you have to pay the fees, but would they have to continue monthly as well?
You do want to keep them active. So it could be like what I do with Dylan and my mom's account. Well, my mom, I make her drink Shakeology because she's unhealthy and she needs that. But for Dylan, what I do is, because I want the performance line, as I order the performance line under him, because I want those supplements for myself. So I just get Recover and Energize under him. You could do Energize and Hydrate. You could just do, even Recover by itself is 50 PV. So what I do to keep, how I would get him started with 2B Mindset coming out tomorrow, honestly, for everybody on this call, what I would do is I would order the 2B Mindset challenge pack under your significant other and sign them up as a coach with that. Because then you're giving yourself a kickback and Success Club points for your investment in yourself. And like, you're going to order 2B Mindset anyways. So this is what I would do for everybody on this call. Order 2B Mindset under your significant other or parent tomorrow and sign them up as a coach in the process, or go to the coach sign up. And then when they pick their pack, pick 2B Mindset. And then in the future, to keep them active, what I would do is put something from the performance line. You could do the beach bars, as long as it's 50 PV, to keep them active and long-term when you start building their
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, but that's awesome.
I have
That's very,
something.
very helpful.
Oh, sorry, Brandy.
I was just saying that was helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have something to add with that as well, because I mean, I've never done this, but I saw it in a training. I cannot remember her name, but she's very successful. Ruth is her name.
Ruth Schrader?
Yeah. There's redhead, pretty.
Top 10 last year.
Yes. So she recommended something that you can do because, you know, not everyone has the funds. I mean, we all would love to have the funds to like buy everything and like sign everyone up and then buy all the stuff under them, is to order Shakeology samples or any type of samples under your spouse's account or your mother's account or your child's account or anything. And you can either give those out to people, so you can connect with people on social media that way, find prospects and send them Shakeology samples, or you can make your own Shakeology 7-day sampler packs and sell them to people. Now, I don't know the logistics on how you would do that because nothing you get through Beachbody is supposed to be for resale. So you'd probably have to do it some way in PayPal with like friends and family. But a top coach did recommend doing that. Like if you wanted to make back your investment, you could do it that way and make your investment back, and then there would be no money spent. So, and it would just be a great way for you to give 7-day samples to people as well, or just give them out, you know, if you do have the funds or means to do that.
And one thing with that too is like, I want to say when I signed up Dylan as a coach, when I signed up myself, I had to borrow money from Dylan. I was not making what I needed to make. I was living less than paycheck to paycheck and making like $9 an hour, whatever. So when I signed up Dylan, I was like, okay, so not only do I have to earn my Shakeology back, so when you hit Success Club, so you guys know too, you're earning back your investment in your business. So when you help 3 people get started, you're earning back your initial investment, which is your first goal. And then obviously you want to start making a profit with that too. So, and I know Amber did the same thing when she signed up too. She's like, okay, if I'm signing up my spouse, then I have to make that back every month. So instead of just hitting Success Club 5, I'm going to hit Success Club 10. So I make that back and some. So think about it that way. Like, even if you guys don't have that, be like, I'm going to hit Success Club. So I have the money to invest back into my business and to move my business forward. So like the thing is, if you don't have it, you can do what Kel said, but also know that you can create that yourself with just helping people. And again, I just want to reiterate, like, never feel bad or weird for inviting somebody to this, because think about how it's changing your life. Think about how all these women on here, and I can attest for myself, Kel, Jessica, and Amber, like I have seen it change their lives in my own life so much in the past. For me, it's been like 4.5 years. For Amber, it's been almost 4 years. Kel, it's been 3.5, almost. Yeah. And like Jessica, it's just been a few months, but she was on Shakeology a little bit before then. But it's so crazy the growth that you see. And so stick around, like get excited about that, because never feel bad about this, because it's literally so life-changing. And you guys are just getting in, and it's so exciting.
I just want to say, can you guys hear me? Mm-hmm. Get confused. Okay. I just want to say, like, most people that start with like become coaches, like, don't have a ton of money up front. You know, like Kel was like moving cross country when she decided to be a coach. Kate like borrowed money. Like I was a full-time hairstylist and I could afford Shakeology. So I became a coach because I thought, oh, it'd be cool for the accountability. So you never really know who, like, you know, your challengers or who's going to be your rockstar coaches or whatever. So keep that in mind, because I would have, if you would ask me like 4 years ago, do you think you would want to be a Beachbody coach? I would have been like, what? No. What? So, but here I am. So, and when I just wanted to share really quick, when I became Emerald, I didn't have any like people in my life that wanted to like do this with me really, but I just asked. Like I made my then fiance a coach. He drank Shakeology, but I paid for it, you know, so I paid for it under my card. We were living together. And then my friend Sadie, who's still a coach, she was someone I worked with that also struggled with, like, you know, she was always doing like the new fad diet and stuff. So I just told her about it. I remember we were sitting around and I was just showing her like different coaches on Instagram. I was like, look at Amy Silverman, look at my coach. Like, we should do this. And she was like, okay. And so that's how I became Emerald, you know, like I was like brand new, didn't even know what I was doing. Like you just have to be excited, and hopefully your partner, whoever that is, supports you and wants to be at the top of your organization and will allow you to control it for them. So, you know, like my ex had no desire in working in the business at all, but I remember writing it out because I had bought a challenge pack for 160 for me. And all I got was one program, by the way. That's how it was back then. And then, but I don't regret it. Every penny spent was worth it. So then, and then I bought a challenge pack under my then fiance for 160. And I remember writing out 160 plus 160 next month, $100 and $100, 2 bags of Shakeology. Oh my God. And I was like, I'm going to make this money back. And you know, it's like, just get clear with what you want to make, and like, it will happen. Like, I wrote it out and I was like, okay, so divide that by 30 or whatever, $35 a challenge pack. That's how many people you need to help. So, you know, it's like, if you kind of know what you're trying to like get back, that can help too. I don't know. That helped me.
No, I think that's really important. And I want to say something that's funny is because Amber, this is why assumption will kill your business just as much as like you will. Like, again, if you're in your head, you're dead. That's what Tony Robbins says. And that is so accurate with everything in this business. If you overthink yourself, you will overthink yourself into inaction. If you assume, you will assume somebody doesn't want to be a coach, and then they'll join somebody else will invite them. Fun fact, and I got really lucky with Amber because so she signed up, she was in my challenge group, and I looked at her and I was like, this girl wouldn't want to be a coach on my team. Like, I'm just this young person. Like, she wouldn't want to do this. She's a mom. She loves doing hair. Like, she's getting amazing results, but I just assumed. And this is like my own, like, I didn't personally, and I didn't send that invite. I posted about it in my challenge group. And this is why I say I got lucky, is I posted about it in my challenge group, the coaching opportunity. And Amber was like, I'm interested in the discount. And then we got on the phone, because don't be afraid to get on the phone with people. I know we hide behind these things called phones, but like, get on the phone, talk to somebody in person. But we got on the phone, and I remember I was still relatively new and I was afraid to talk about it because I didn't know, but we got on the phone and she's like, as soon as this gets sketchy, I'm out. Like, I have no desire to ever do this full time. Full-time coach. Like, but it's just funny because you never, like, don't assume and don't tell somebody, because she was like, I'm just going to do it for the discount. Now she is she's like my top leader on my team. And it's just cool to see, because like, don't assume, because you never know. Like, when you assume that somebody doesn't want to do this, you are taking away somebody's opportunity to change their life. And I have seen it change Amber's life, and it makes me really emotional to think about, but like, that's something to get excited about. So please don't assume. And then with like getting strategic, like, also, this is what we always talk about too on these calls, but I wanted to like run back into this, is like, all these things, think about why you're here. Think about why you became a coach, and that big vision, not just like paying for your Shakeology, but what did you want when you became a coach? Did you want to fire your boss like I did? Did you want to just be able to have a side income because you want to be able to have some extra spending money? You're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Do you want to be able to earn these all expenses paid trips? Do you want to be able to take your family on a vacation? Do you want to be able to retire your husband from a job they hate because they do? Do you want to be able to just spend money at Whole Foods, like be able to pay for your groceries? Or like, what do you want out of this? It's not, first and foremost, your why cannot just be, I want to help people. I call bullshit. That is not a legitimate why. If you have, like, that can be part of it. That can be part of it, and it should be part of it, because in order to be successful at this, you have to want to help people. You have to be passionate about helping others, but you have to have something deeper than this. And I want you guys to think about this. Write out your vision for your life and what you really want to accomplish with Beachbody and with what it can give you. And write that out and look at it every day. And remember that, because you're going to have hard days. Things are going to challenge you. You are going to feel tested. I strongly believe when you start aligning with your purpose, and when you align with something bigger than yourself and your vision, and you get excited for something, the universe throws roadblocks in you. And it's specifically like life always happens, but I've noticed specifically with coaching, and like, I have been tested so much more, but I never knew what I wanted to do. And then it's like, okay, the universe tests me, and it's either I could do something else or I could do this. And one thing, like, specifically, I lost my cousin, who was like my big brother, like the week that I went full time as a coach. And I remember being so upset, and I didn't want to work my business. I didn't want to show up for myself. I didn't want to do anything. And Amy, my coach and your guys' upline, called me, and we were talking, and she's like, okay, like, she's like, I love you. You know, I'm here for you. I'm here to talk to you, but reality check. Like, if you were still working retail, you'd have to go to work right now. You'd have to show up. You'd have to like put on your retail smile. If you've worked customer service, you all know what that means, and put on that voice and pretend to like, just be okay. And here now, like, you have the opportunity to still show up for yourself and to lead by example. And yes, you're going through this, but you will be here tomorrow, and you will show people that life is going to happen, but you can still take care of yourself. So here is my like thing to you. No matter what happens, whether you go through a breakup, which I really hope you don't, no, whether like you go through a divorce, I know that's what Amber happened to her, but she still showed up. She still did her vitals, and she is still here. And so know that like you're going to be tested. I don't know what that's going to look like for you. Unfortunately, it just happens. No matter if it's a week from now, whether it's 6 months from now, whether it's a year from now, 2 years from now, you will probably be tested. But like know your why, know why you're here, and have that conviction, have that determination, and know that you are here for a purpose. And this is just the beginning, and know what you are capable of. Know you have to believe in yourself, but even if you don't right this second, we all believe in you. We know you are capable. If we can do this, and we're a hot mess 99% of the time, you can all do this too. But you just have to have that conviction. You have to have that why and that vision for yourself, and know that if you just show up and do these vitals, you will get there. But you have to show up every damn day like it's your job and treat it like that. So that's kind of how I wanted to end this. I don't know if Amber or Kel has anything else to say.
That was good. Good way to end it.
I'm good with that.
So yeah, if we can do this, you guys can too.
I had something I was going to say. I forget. Oh, I was going to say, it sounds so cheesy because I heard this somewhere recently, but it's so true. Like dream big, like get bigger with like, this can be like anything you guys want it to be. Like, I don't know, like you have jobs, you know, oh, okay, maybe I can get a raise and this can happen. It's like, I'm like on the beach in Mexico next to someone that makes like $40,000 a freaking week. You know what I mean? Like you guys can make, like this can just think bigger, because like, I think we all limit ourselves a lot. And yeah, just remember your vision and just think real big. Don't stop at small goals.
When did you guys sign up? Well, not, I don't know if everyone did this, but when did you sign up your significant other or like parent? Like, did you do it early on, or was it like?
Yes.
Yeah, right away.
Right away.
And you guys literally have the perfect opportunity with 2B Mindset, because everybody needs it anyways. Like that is the best way. Because even like Kel said, like Kel, I know you're training for a competition. And so that's why you're following that meal plan. And like, so even if you're treating it like a course and you're doing something like that, you're still learning from it. And that's going to help people. So you guys have literally the perfect opportunity, because I'm like, everybody just got it started with ADD Obsession Challenge Pack or whatever, but you have this program that can help a lot of people. So that's how I would do it. And that's how I did. I signed up Dylan with the 21-day fix right when it came out. And it was perfect because coaches got put on back order and customers got it. New customers got it. So that's how
Perfect.
Yeah, and you get 2 points, and then you're going to make commission off of that sale.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you know, you say you spend whatever, what is it? What's the challenge pack going to be? 160?
Yeah, I think so.
160, and then you get back, what, 40? I don't know. Still confused. I don't know why sometimes I get $50 off a challenge pack, and sometimes I get 40, and sometimes new coaches I
it
get more.
Depends on what it is. So if you're getting a coach started with the challenge pack, you get a fast start bonus, and the fast start bonus, I believe, is 60.
But doesn't that, if you have 3 coaches that you signed up?
Wait, no, fast start. Oh, wait, no, the kickstart bonus. Okay, kickstart bonus.
When I signed my mom and my boyfriend up
Mm-hmm.
as coaches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So you get a kick. Okay, I had the verbiage wrong. Fast start bonus when you sign up 5 coaches with challenge packs within 5 weeks. It's called a kickstart bonus if you sign up a challenger as a coach at the same time.
Okay.
And that's what
Highly recommend doing that.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know.
I'll
make sure he's on board. He's listening to this right now.
Oh.
Literally behind my computer, like, trying to distract me.
Hi, Brandy's boyfriend. But you all like know, like we all have Jessica, Kel, Amber, and I all have somebody signed up. I mean, Amber actually did, but she's gonna sign up Jacob. But like that's how we did it, and it's just the best way to do it.
Yeah, because I can definitely rock that. I don't have the money, but I'll make it happen.
And as long as you have that conviction and you do, like, you help 3 people, you earn back your investment, and it just, yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's already past 8. Sorry.
Oh, oops. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. But thank you guys so much for this call. If you guys do have any more questions, you can always ask them in the team pages. Since this went pretty well, we will probably be doing it again. It's a fun way to just connect with you guys, and you guys get the community aspect of this too, and hear some different perspectives. So we all appreciate your time and taking the time out of your night to learn about something and to, most importantly, get into action. So yeah.
Guys. Bye.
Thank you.